We're being joined by Matt Darr, the head coach of Regis Jesuit High School out of Colorado. Coach, long trip all the way out to Southern California. What makes this tournament so attractive?
Well, this is our second year that we've been here, and I think for us, a couple factors. One, we had a good experience last year. Two, the weather obviously gives us an opportunity for good weather, getting out of Colorado. And then good competition. We saw good teams last year. And just the overall experience. The kids love to go to the beach on our off day, and just the California experience is great for them. So,
is this a chance for your team to really see and measure up, or how they measure up to California teams?
Yeah, it's good in a lot of ways. It's always, this will be our fourth game. Most teams out here probably played 10 to 15 already, and we've only started. But, obviously the baseball here is very good. The talent level's high, so our kids look at it as a challenge because we feel like we play a good brand out there as well. But certainly we're a little bit behind given the weather and stuff like that early in the year. But, yeah, it's a good measuring stick, and, we were successful out here last year, so we can build off that for sure.
Does your team do an entire team trip down to the beach or the attractions here at Southern California?
Yeah, so tomorrow on our off day, they'll head to the beach, and then we're also going to go to I believe it's the Angels game at 6 o'clock. So they'll do all that together.
When you come out to Southern California, of course, these are also high school students. So how do you make sure that they keep up with their academics at the same time enjoying fun?
Well, this is our break, so they're off for spring break.
Okay.
I think the bigger factor is just keeping them, making sure they're behaving themselves and stuff. But, we've got good kids, and, we're pretty strict with allowing what they can and can't do. But, it's a great reward for them. They work hard throughout the year, and the opportunity to go together. It usually is a great a team builder in chemistry, from a chemistry standpoint, to spend a week together. They get to have fun and do stuff together, so it's been great.
Last year when you first came to the Anaheim Lions Tournament, when did you first hear about the Anaheim Lions Tournament and decide this was the perfect opportunity for your squad?
This is my fifth year at this school, and we went to North Carolina my first year, and then Florida the two after that, and just began looking around. Really wanted to do something in California. I always bring our summer and fall teams out here to the Firecracker Classic, so we've played a lot of ball out here. And started investigating. A couple people recommended this tournament that I knew out here, and so I made some calls, and it ended up working out for us to come last year. So
when you see some of your other teams who are also in-state coming out here as well, do you get a chance to kind of scout their team should you play them later on?
Well, it's funny. We Rocky Mountain High School, he was just playing before us. We scrimmaged them earlier this year, so we already saw him, and I'm good friends with their head coach. And actually, I recommended they come out here. So I don't know that it's too much of a scouting opportunity, but I do think, it's great to see some of our better programs in our state come out here and play at this tournament, because a lot of our schools go to Arizona, but I think this is just as good as better, not an opportunity for them.
Last year you go 15-6, great record. You finished the season garnering close to 10 out of 12 wins to end the year. Mm-hmm. How do you improve on that this year?
We're figuring it out. Last year, I would say we overachieved a little bit. I think we were like 8-0 or 9-0 in 2-run games or less. So we really won a ton of close games. Every season's different. We didn't end the way we wanted to last year. So, I think that you try to use this as a springboard to get going. But, we may take our lumps here and be better at the end of the year. You really don't know. So,
would you characterize your team more offensive or defensive?
I think early on we've been pretty good offensively. Pitching-wise, we're still trying to find, who's going to be some guys after our number one kid. But we've swung the bats pretty well. I mean, the typical thing that happens every year when we come out to California is we hit really good in Colorado and you don't hit as good here. But that's kind of you see that at the big league level too, with the altitude and things like that. It's just easier to hit there. So far, hitting well. We swung it well today. Earlier, we lost 7-2, but we had 12 hits. We just didn't get timely hits. So,
when you mention being able to hit well in Colorado and then coming here, not so much, do you feel that the ball carries differently with the Southern California heat versus the altitude in Colorado as well?
Without question. I mean, I think some people think it's kind of a myth, but when you play day in and day out, and then especially like we played Thursday in Colorado against Cherry Creek High School, a 15-13 game. So it was a slugfest, yeah. And Then you come out here and play, and the ball just, there is a difference in travel. I mean, there's a few balls we hit that are caught here that back home are probably over the outfielder's head or gone. You know, and that makes a big difference in a baseball game if you get 2 or 3 of those for sure. But there is a difference in the ball. The curveballs will break a little bit better here too.